In this video, we're going to talk about what a non-exempt employee is. So the Fair Labor Standards Act defines a non-exempt employee as somebody that has to be and is protected by minimum wage and overtime laws. So when they define this, they state that this person must be paid at least minimum wage. So whether that's the federal or your state minimum wage, whichever is higher. This person must also be paid overtime when they work over 40 hours in a work week. So in other words, if they work overtime, you must pay them time and a half for every hour over 40. So here's a perfect example. Jason is a certified nursing assistant and works 44 hours in a work week. Is he due overtime? Even though we haven't defined it for you yet with these job titles and the potential job functions they were doing, this person's a certified nursing assistant, which just doesn't fall under the learned professional. So in other words, this person can't be exempted from overtime or minimum wage laws. So the answer is yes. CNAs perform non-exempt duties and are due overtime for working over 40 hours in a work week. So the answer is absolutely yes. In the second example, Samantha is a per visit registered nurse who works 48 hours in a work week. Is she due overtime? Well, in this case, the answer is yes. Per visit employees are piece rate employees, and you must also track their hours for overtime purposes. So per visit rate staff are different than somebody who is paid a salary. So it's important to understand that key concept that per visit employees must have their hours tracked for overtime purposes. So did you know that this year in 2023 alone, 6 out of the 20 reported cases for home health care agencies had misclassified their staff as exempt and did not pay them the appropriate overtime which they were due? Now, when I say misclassified, it doesn't just mean they made them exempt from overtime. Some of them even made them 1099 contractors, believe it or not, because they were per visit staff. Now, you have to be very careful when you start putting these folks in their classifications. Just marking somebody as a contractor does not mean they're a contractor. There are W-2 relationships that need to be explored. So out of those cases, over $638,000 were recovered in back wages, and of course, an additional amount of liquidated damages, which is the exact same amount, $638,000. So $1.2 million in total wages paid to those employees due to those employers' negligence with misclassifying their employees.